65 days a year at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, we do free picks on all the games on this show, and we have free picks at the website as well. But, of course, I don't know what the hell I was going to say. Our best bets are our premium picks. That's really was the bottom line there. I'm going to guess notifications didn't go out because I see only 17 people watching anyway, so you guys missed that gem of an intro. But hopefully you guys are having a great day. We got a gigantic card today. Gigantic. It's one hell of a big card today. Anyways, let me bring in the crew. I'm doing customer service while I'm talking to you guys, and I'm talking to the MMA guys for their show. Oh man, it's one of those days, and we got a great schedule of games. So that is the one silver lining here. Really, really good card of games. I did about 600 videos last night, so all with construction going on at my house. Let me bring in the gang. Got Brian Bittler, Ron Romanelli, and Rod Zawacki with us today. Did Ruffalo show up finally? No, I still don't see him. I don't know where Ruffalo is. So it's just us three today. Us four. Can't even count.
I think he wants a raise. I know
Ruffalo wants a raise? How about it? How about this? You're fired. I'm getting a raise or I'm walking.
I'm on strike. He's on strike.
Ever since we gave him that drive-through spot.
He's a diva.
It's like the manicurist was supposed to be here at 3:15, got here at 3:18. It's like, all right. Anyways, Brian, what do you got going on today? Not much in sports to have any.
Oh my God!
It was got so any
tough
picks
to keep
for today?
It was so tough to keep myself under control. I got my Saturday no limit 5-pack, 4 college basketball, 1 NFL. NFL playoff picks over the last 4 years, 63% winners in college basketball, 4 years. I profited over $43,000. So all 5 picks for $50, pickdogs.com, premium pick section.
How about you, Ron Romanelli?
Yeah, this week wasn't the sharpest for me, but I'm out for blood. I'm ready to bounce back in a big way, and that starts today. I got my 3 best college basketball plays on the website, $29.95. Love these plays. Feeling good. You know how Rod puts his hands together and gets excited? That's what I'm feeling like today. So, big day coming today.
Rod just does that to melt the butter for his popcorn. He's got the popcorn underneath. He puts a little stick of butter there. He does this. The butter melts. If you ever notice, right over the top of the corn like that. And it's like, when we cut aside, he's shaking the salt on it.
You caught me.
Yeah.
You definitely caught me on that one. Someone finally figured it out.
It's like grating the cheese.
It is, yeah. Grating the cheese. Yeah.
It's like we get the Parmigiano Reggiano, and it's like, sometimes you get the brick, and sometimes you get the pre-shaved, and sometimes they have like the shaved, and the shaved it doesn't always work. You got to kind of grind up the shave. So
they didn't put enough cornstarch in the mix.
Cornstarch? What the hell is that?
Yeah, on a lot of your shredded cheeses that have come already shredded for you, you put a little bit of cornstarch. It keeps the cheese from sticking together.
I don't mind sticky cheese.
What do you got today, Rod, for sale? What are you selling?
For me, I've got a college basketball birdcage. I've got an NFL triple, or you can get it all together in my Super Saturday package, which includes the college basketball triple, the NFL triple, and my NHL cross-check the books play of the day included in that package as well. All over at Pick Dogs Premium.
I'll tell you, it's been a square 2021 for sure.
So far.
Yeah. There's been a few days in there, but it has been a square ass 2021.
I got murdered on the 2 I entered late yesterday that I thought were super sharp, and they just went.
Yeah, my selections on premiums haven't been the best of the ones that I write down and I go over, and when I whittle them down. But today, I do really like today's plays, so I'm excited about them. I was 4-2 in the NFL last week in those playoff games, and I'm looking to sweep the board. Got the NFL playoffs. Green Bay Packers up against the Los Angeles Rams. I have, like I say all the time, my least favorite halftime shows are games involving the Packers. They're either always blowing someone out or getting blown out. We have a touchdown point spread in this one. I've seen it 6.5. I've seen 7s out there. Is today the day that we see an actual exciting Packers game? The last exciting Packers game that I saw was when the Seattle Seahawks beat them in the playoffs. They hit the onside kick on them. That was the last exciting Packers game. Maybe that or the Thanksgiving Day game with Richard Rodgers. I mean, but it's a rare day you see an exciting Packers game. Maybe the Aaron Rodgers comeback game 2 years ago on Monday Night Football, the first game of the season. Maybe that one. I mean, they're so rare you can just name them off the top of your head. Normally they're getting slaughtered or they're slaughtering somebody. Like the Tampa Bay game this year, the 49ers game last year, the other 49ers game last year. It's like it's always one way or the other. Rarely a tight game. What do you think, Brian?
As I look at the statistic, I think the Rams are first against first in pass defense, third in rush defense. I can really see this game be a defensive battle. I love the Rams defense, and I think they're going to run the ball a lot with Cam Akers. I think the Packers will run the ball with Aaron Jones, try to soften up the Rams defense a little bit. So I see it going under the total with Cam Akers scoring the first touchdown at plus 700.
I don't like that Aaron Jones against Aaron Donald matchup for the Packers. How about you, Ron?
Yeah, I think I agree with Brian. I like the under in this game. I mean, if the Rams have a chance, they're going to have to rely on their tenacious defense, the best defense in the league so far, and the defense that's shown up in the last few weeks to even get them in this position. I think they do enough to hold down Aaron Rodgers for quite a while. I'm not sure who wins this game, but I do think that the under is a strong play.
Rod?
Yeah, I have to agree. We're definitely going to have a defensive battle here on our hands in this cold Lambeau field. The Rams' number 1D is going to be definitely chasing after Rodgers today. And we know when he's getting chased after, sometimes he can get thrown into some bad decisions here. So, yeah, I love the under. Points is definitely going to come in as premium. And I like Woods. I'm going to take Woods for the first touchdown.
I like the over in this one. I think the Packers' only chance is to go bombs away. They are no chance of running the football on that defense. Zero chance. Their only chance is that Devontae Adams is going to get man coverage with Jalen Ramsey, and they're going to have to try and beat him. And that's not going to be an easy task. But that is the only chance. And the Packers' defense, well, we've seen them in big games against the run. Absolute sieve. The total's under 50 here. I could see it, no problem going over. I think it's going to be a little more offensive than people think, because if the Packers don't attack this Rams defense and they just sit there and try and run against it, they have zero chance. Okay, they have offensive line problems. Their best offensive lineman, left tackle, is out for this game, right? He's out. It's like your best offensive lineman is out against the best defense out there. Your only chance is that your MVP guy can throw the ball around on these guys. They have one guy who's a shutdown corner. More than likely, they're going to isolate him on your best receiver, on Adams. It's going to come down to those secondary targets, the tight ends, and they're going to have to open up the offense and throw. If you cannot run on this defense.
You can't pass on it either. They're number one against the pass.
Well, they're I would say if you have Aaron Rodgers, you have a lot better chance of passing against this defense than you do of running with Aaron Jones. A lot better chance. A lot better chance. It's the only chance you have. It is the only chance you have. You think that Aaron Jones against Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers, Leonard Floyd is even a fair fight? I mean, they will, if they go that tact, it will be 21-0 before you blink. Rams. It will be 20. It will be 3 and out. They will not be able to move on the Rams defense running the football. Zero chance. And Rod said cold. 29 degrees in January in Green Bay is a summer day, man. Summer day.
That's cold for Rams players. They're used to being in L.A.
Yeah, because they're all from Los Angeles, right? None of them are from anywhere
No, I mean
else.
they've lived there all season.
What was the weather last week in Seattle?
I'm not from Hawaii, but if I lived in Hawaii for a year,
the Rams scored 31 points in Buffalo this year. They in similar conditions. I'm really not worried about the weather in this one. 29 is nothing. I mean, in Green Bay in January, anything above 10 below is a summer day. It's short sleeves.
That's a summer day for me. I'm definitely wearing short sleeves.
I mean, this is Green Bay. This is Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra. But it ain't frozen today. 29 degrees is a summer day, man. You ask those guys. They'll tell you. Anyways, I like the over. Got the Ravens against the Bills. This one is a little bit more interesting because you got two quarterbacks that can really straws that really stir the drink here. And, you have one quarterback that has a lot to prove, and that's Lamar Jackson. You have another quarterback that's kind of like, I think they got away with one last week. Against the Colts, to be honest with you. I had the Colts in the points. I really thought they were going to win that game. You have, Blankenship missed 2 field goals. That was the difference in that game. It was a 3-point game. That was the difference. I don't know. I think that, I think that I see heavy betting pressure on the over here, but the line going down. That's what I see in this one. How about you, Brian?
Yeah, I think you have to take a look at the under in this game because of all the pressure on the over. But I see the Bills as the Ravens from last year, their first appearance in the playoffs. And the Ravens, like you said, Lamar Jackson, a lot to prove out there. I just think the Bills are hot, but the Ravens are hot also. They got hot at the right time to end the season. I just think they come up here and win this game outright. I'm going to play them on the money line, and I'm going to take the under also.
Hot or healthy? Oh. Hot or healthy? I mean, I think that's the difference, for the Ravens. It's like we saw the Ravens play with half their team for most of the year, So, I mean, this is the healthiest they've been. I think, for the Ravens, that Andrews has to catch the passes, man. It's like
he'll catch
he
the
is
first
Butterfingers
plus
this year,
1,300. Mark Andrews.
He is Butterfingers this season. Butterfingers. I like Rams' defensive touchdown in the first game, by the way, and especially if they're going to if the Packers are going to run the football. I mean, I especially like the Rams' defense there, possibly even a safety to start the game. But in this one, yeah, Andrews is just. I mean, he's had a few games this season where the guy just can't catch. He's an Ebron, it's kind of like Eric Ebron, where the ball just hits him in the hands, and falls on the ground.
Yeah, he'll catch plenty today. Don't worry.
He'll be catching plenty of shit from me if he doesn't on our halftime show. Ron?
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens were mine and a lot of other people's teams that were favorites to win the Super Bowl this season, and a lot of injuries derailed that, some COVID issues, and they were able to limp into the playoffs. But, I mean, now they're looking almost 100% healthy. They look good in their first playoff game. And you know what? I think that they're going to take down the Bills on the road here. And I think they're going to pull off the upset. I don't think we're going to see it as an upset later on. But I think if you're getting 2.5 at 3 points, that's a lot of value on Baltimore. I think the Ravens take down Buffalo tonight. And I'll say my first touchdown, Willie Snead.
Willie or won't he? Will he Snead?
Willie Snead the fourth.
He will Snead. Rod, who do you like?
For me in this one, we've seen what the Colts did running the ball last week against Buffalo, and now they come in, and now Baltimore comes in here, and that's their favorite thing to do is run the ball, and that's Buffalo's weakness. We saw Taylor run it up on him last week. Give me Baltimore. I think Baltimore outrights him here. gets the win over Buffalo.
Okay, well, it looks
And
like
I'm with Ron. I've got Willie Snead written down as the first touchdown too. So let's go Willie.
Chris Ruffalo has ended his strike. He's here. Chris, any thoughts on these NFL playoff games? We don't even want to hear the excuse why you're late, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was the hunger strike. I decided to end it. I like the over in the Rams game, and I like the Ravens in the AFC game.
Okay.
I think that.
Good enough. We got the Spurs and the Rockets here, the Nets and the Magic, the Raptors and the Hornets. Brian, any of those three do anything for you? I don't love this NBA card today.
No, and I don't have an NBA premium pick out there. I'm going to have to try to add one after the show if there's anything available. But as far as those slots of games, I'm looking at the Rockets a little bit. They covered the last game. I guess this is back-to-back Rockets-Spurs games, but just too many points with the Spurs at home. I'll take the Rockets, a lean plus the points.
So yesterday in the Facebook group, I guess there was a lot of speculation as to what that premium pick is that I thought that Bittler had in the game that I said jumped off the page or whatever. That was the Grizzlies yesterday.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, oh, it's the
so
Jazz, it's
upset
this, whatever. It's like, he said Jazz was a premium pick. It's like, no, I didn't. It's like, you don't need to put words in my mouth, man. I already say enough stupid things, but it's like, it's, I just think that, don't guess, just ask. I saw the post. I just posted what it was. You guys don't need to guess. It's like, if it's something like that. How about you, Chris? Any of these three games do anything for you?
Yeah. I like the Spurs laying the 7. I still think that the Rockets are not going to be able to answer the bell shorthanded, and I usually like the Spurs getting points, but I think this is a spot where we can lay points to them. I feel a little bit confident. I like the Nets as well. 9.5. I know Orlando's a playoff team last year, but this is they've fallen a little bit, and I think Brooklyn piles on here. So give me Brooklyn and lay the 9.5.
If you have picks of your own, you can put those in the comment section. I won't be putting them up on the comments on the board here. You can put those down in the comment section below the video. Be sure to smash the like button.
Yeah, for me in this window, I think that we have a lot stronger NFL and college basketball card, but I take a lean with the Rockets as well. I mean, obviously they just covered, and you're getting 7 points. It seems a little fishy, but I'll take the 7 points. And I'll also lean to the Nets as well. I just think that this is a clash of styles, offensive juggernaut against a more defensive team, and I think that Brooklyn has the edge here at home, and I think they can get a double-digit victory. So I'll lean to the Rockets and the Nets in that window.
For me, I look at the Rockets. They got a lot of guys out. I think that's why that line is 7.5. So I'm going to go with the Spurs. There's definitely got more bodies in there than what Houston has. Houston's so give me the Spurs on that one. And I lean Brooklyn as well. Well, at least I'm running to the window to bet. But I lean Brooklyn over Orlando.
Ron's not a knockoff, Chris. What kind of stupid ass comment is that? It's like, let's go for the dumbass comment of the day. No, Ron is not a version of Chris. He is his own person.
He's a sharp in training. We got him going.
God, if you have picks, put them down in the comments. Anyways, I like the Rockets a lot here, man. We had them the other day. They were more depleted than this. They got it done. I think teamwork makes the dream work, right? So I like them here. I like Magic against the Nets for sure. It's the same old freaking Nets, man. Don't even let them fool you. Don't let them con you. Don't let them try and put the facade up. Same old shit, man. It's the same old Nets. It's like, yeah. Don't even kid yourself. It's the Brooklyn Nets, people.
Yeah, everybody's going to be rushing to bet them.
Oh, of course. James Harden's playing.
I might have to write that one down.
Yeah. Just trust me on this one. It's the Brooklyn Nets. Let's not get too carried away with ourselves here. I also like the Hornets. Easy money. Easy money against the Raptors. Pistons against the Heat. Sixers against the Grizz. Hawks against the Blazers. I like that over in the Hawks-Blazers game. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Brian?
Yeah, for me, guys, make sure you hit the like button. I think this is going to be my premium pick when I get off there. I like the Memphis Grizzlies if you can get any points. I think it's plus 1.5 currently. I don't see Ben Simmons playing. Embiid's out with his ankle problems. Memphis is playing good team basketball. So I'm going to go with the Memphis again today. I think they win outright against the Sixers. And I should probably add that as a premium pick when I get out.
Yeah, I like the over in that Atlanta game as well. And I like Detroit with the free buck against Miami. I don't know why the line's that low. It almost seems like they're begging you to take Miami here. So I'll take a shot with Detroit getting the free bucket on the road.
Yeah, I agree with Brian here. I think the Grizzlies are a real strong play at home. If no Embiid, that means Valanciunas is going to be able to dictate the paint. He did a great job against even Karl Anthony Towns in his last game. He controlled Karl Anthony Towns and got the Grizzlies to win there. And with no Embiid, I see a big game from Valanciunas tonight. I put him in all your daily fantasy lineups, and I'll take the Grizzlies.
Ron, you think 29 degrees is cold for a football player?
It's cold for a Floridian, but it's not cold for a football player, no.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. If it was like 20 below or something, that's one thing.
29 going, they're not that cold, but
let's look at the Rams and see where these guys are from.
What's the wind chill? Is there going to be a blowing
29
wind?
Degrees.
Oh, it's different. If it's a wind, if the wind's blowing, it could feel like it's 18 out there. I don't know.
At 4:35 p.m., I doubt it. It's actually right now, it's 34 degrees with a 9-mile-an-hour wind. I live in Hawaii. I could take that with a couple jackets and a sweater. Maybe a hat, some gloves.
Says feels like 26 right now.
That's what she said.
So I bet you it's going to be feeling like 21 degrees by the time they actually kick off this game. So a little chilly. Me and Mitch can't even agree about the weather.
I just don't think that it's a factor. I don't think that it's
I don't think it's a factor.
I don't think it's a factor in this game.
Nobody did say it was a factor.
You did.
I said it was going to be cold. I didn't say it was going to be like a big
poor
factor
Rod
in the game.
doesn't want to go out in 34 degrees.
Oh, it's cold.
34. I don't want to go outside. It's cold.
I'll prove that. I better be staying inside for the next 8 months.
That's 2 degrees Celsius.
I never said it was going to interfere with any part of the game whatsoever.
Froze my loonies off.
I bet you there's going to be some I bet you look on the game when they show you there's going to be that little warmer and there's going to be some Rams button heads going, no, that's my warmer. No, move over. That's my warmer. I bet you there'll be some shuffling for the warmer on the Rams side.
Have you ever been to San Francisco? Have you ever been to San Francisco?
No.
It's freaking freezing, man. It is the coldest 40 degrees like in the world, man. It is like it's 40. It feels like it's -10, man. That's how cold it is. It is like Mark Twain. The coldest winter I ever spent was summer in San Francisco. I'm telling you, it's like Jared Goff is that's where he's he went to college there. These guys all went to college in Michigan State, Ohio State. It's like everyone acts like they've never seen snow before. It's like it's not like it's a blizzard or like Arctic frozen ground. It's 29 degrees. Anyways, who do you like here in the NBA? Where are we at, Ron? Did we go through it already?
Yeah, I gave it the Grizzlies.
I like.
Of course you did.
For me in this spot, I like Memphis as well. Embiid's definitely going to be out till late January. Simmons says it's probable, so more than likely he's going to play. But it don't matter. Give me Memphis, better team. We get the outright win at home. Take Memphis on the money line. And I like Portland. Give me Portland to beat up on Atlanta. Atlanta on the back-to-back. Team's just looking like they're struggling again. So Portland, rested, gets the win cover.
I'll give out 2 premium picks if we can get 100 comments that say just skip the NHL today. How about that?
Yeah, there's a couple gems in the NHL.
Can't stand it.
I was cursing the NHL last night. Anyway, I was pissed.
Getting quite a few comments.
Yeah, here comes a skip the NHL
See?
Like flood.
Yeah. No one cares.
That's just because they want free premium.
No. I'm telling you. Looking at like the web traffic for NHL, like I've been doing this for 15 years. Looking at web traffic for NHL, looking at like premium pick sales for NHL, looking at all that stuff for NHL. I knew this wasn't easy. This was a layup. Nobody cares. The Citadel Mercer game gets more reads than like the Lightning versus the Penguins or something. It's like you want to talk about a sport that very few people care about. It's the NHL. Anyways,
well, you could have said, "Hey, leave the comment, Iceman sucks," and we'll give out a free premium pick.
Well, we can do that tomorrow. We can do that tomorrow. We can do it tomorrow. Anyways, no one here said that Chip Trimble shit himself either. That did not happen. It was a reference to a full depends, but no one said that he shit himself. I might call him a shithead, but someone said you should give 2 premium NHL picks.
I could give you my free NHL premium.
Look how many NHLs give the NHL comments you got. That was easy. You might just skip the NHL. Let's just gloss over it. Man, that's awesome. I grew up in Miami. We didn't have NHL. We used to get 1 game a week. Peter Puck. It was always the Flyers and the Canadians. Or the Blackhawks. Or the Bruins. Tony Esposito.
Blackhawks. Oh.
Tony Esposito was the only guy. They only had 1 player. It's Tony Esposito. Gordie Howe was still playing. Red Wings. Ole Miss and Georgia. North Carolina, Florida State. Pitt, Syracuse. Navy American. Illinois, Ohio State. St. John's, Marquette. Any of those, Brian?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, in the early slate of games, I'm going to go with Illinois for a free pick. I just think they come out and absolutely hammer Ohio State, who's on the road. Illinois is coming off that bad home loss. I think they make amends And then I like Florida State at home against North Carolina. I just think they're the better team, and there are a lot of North Carolina bettors out there. It's a popular team. I just think the Seminoles take care of business today.
What's crappier, Ohio State on the road or the value of Iceman's premium picks?
The value of Iceman.
Yeah, even Ohio State wins one once in a while.
Yeah, at least Ohio State wins a couple ones.
At minus 280.
Jeez.
I forgot to look to see if he had Tampa Bay money line.
Oh, I gotta look. I gotta check.
I would almost be pretty positive.
It's like I don't want to give covers the page view. At the same time, it's like, I don't want to give them the click on their website, but I do want to see just how miserable his picks are. It's just, it's a lose-lose. Chris, how about you? Anything in this time slot? 6 games.
Yeah, I'm on Florida State as well. I just think, North Carolina, not the best shooting team, and I think Florida State dials up the defense here and takes care of business against the Tar Heels, so I laid the points with the Seminoles. And I like Navy laying the points against American. American hasn't taken the court yet this season, and this is a Navy team that's already beat Georgetown. They're 3-0 at home, 3-0 against the number, 7-1 against the number on the year. I like Navy by double digits in this spot.
How about you, Ron?
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia getting the 8 points against Ole Miss. Georgia has struggled in SEC play, but they actually played pretty well in non-conference play, and I don't think Ole Miss compared to the teams that Georgia's lost to, like Arkansas and LSU. So I think 8 points, you're getting a lot of value there. I think Georgia does have a shot to win this game outright. So I'll take the Bulldogs, and a slight lean to Syracuse laying the points at Pittsburgh. I liked it a lot better at 3.5, but now it's at 5. I still like it. I mean, this is a Syracuse team that did have an 18-point lead against Pittsburgh and then just totally blew it last time out. I think they're going to be out for revenge, and I think they get a pretty comfortable win, a necessary win if they have any shot at making the tournament. So I'll take Syracuse.
The Iceman's NHL Beast of the East. Montreal plus a goal and a half at minus 210. Someone paid for that, man. The Beast of the East. Someone paid for that, man. That is sad. That is just sad.
Was that yesterday?
113.
A couple days ago.
Oh, because I was just
No,
on the website.
yesterday.
I didn't see that.
Yesterday, well, 2 days ago, Santa Clara at minus 145. Someone paid to lose on that one, and then he had. They're all like this. There's shit picks. It's Tottenham Hotspur minus 186, loser. Golden State minus $1.25, loser. It's like, this is really what it is. You had Florida State against NC State on the money line. That was minus 158, so he won that one. But he lost minus 186 and minus $1.25 to get there. Oh my God! Here's his other big one. Florida at home against Ole Miss, minus 170 on the money line. What a joke, man. You call yourself a professional handicapper giving out that shit? You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. It's an insult to our entire industry, man. Minus 186. Tottenham Hotspur. Sounded like you got a Hotspur, man. Took it up the Hotspur. Rod, what's up?
For me in the spot, I like Marquette over St. John's. So St. John's hasn't played so good. I know Marquette hasn't been so great on the road, but I think they come here to play today. Give me Marquette. I also like Ball State over Northern Illinois. I know Northern Illinois last game.
That's not. Well, whoa.
Oh my God! Sorry.
Whoa.
What are you doing?
Where the hell did that come from?
I haven't jumped the gun in a while.
It's like, I also like the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line. It's like, chaos, man. Total chaos. Total shit show. I like Ole Miss I like Georgia against Ole Miss. I think I kind of put couple bucks on the money line on that too. I don't know, man. Ole Miss is just not way overrated. How in the hell are they 8-point favorites over a legitimate basketball team? Doesn't even make any sense. I also like Pitt outright on the money line too against Syracuse. They beat them last time at the Dome. They'll beat them again at home. Syracuse, not a good team this year. I think Jim Boeheim's struggling with this. He's made that commitment to that new offense, and let's just say it's not working. Pitt just beat them at Syracuse. I think they beat them at home again. It wasn't a fluke. They just beat them. Army against BU, Tulane against Temple, Colgate against Holy Cross, Texas A&M against Missouri, Ball State, Northern Illinois, VMI, Citadel, the Farmer in the Citadel, Drexel versus William & Mary Tribe, College of Charleston, really terrible this season, up against Northeastern, UMBC against Hartford, Montana against Northern Arizona, Utah State, San Diego State, Part 2. Brian.
Yeah, in my sample, I see a ton of public love for Tulane here. I just don't see it. I think Temple is the better team here. You can get them at +1.5. I'm going to go with the Owls here. I also like William & Mary Tribe. I bet them at +8. I think it's down to 7.5. I think they can keep within 4 or 5 there. So those are my 2 for that time slot.
Yeah, I like William & Mary as well. Getting the points. They're 5-1 against the number on the road this season. They've been a road warrior for the last couple of years, so I like the Tribe there. I like Missouri laying the 4.5 against Texas A&M. I just don't think Texas A&M can score enough to keep up with Missouri in this spot, even on the road for the Tigers. So Missouri there, and I like Army money line against BU. I just think 6-2 against the number, 6-3 straight up this season. BU 0-4 against the number this year. I just don't think Texas A&M can score. I'll take Army in that spot. Those are my 3 for the time slot.
Yeah, for me, I agree with Brian. I like Temple. I think I was thinking about putting that one in the premium area. I think the Owls are the stronger team, and just Tulane. They play good defense, but they struggle to score really badly, and you can get into trouble in conference play if you can't put up points. I also like William & Mary getting the points. I think this is going to be a much closer game than that line suggests. I also like Northeastern laying the points at the College of Charleston. I just think they're a stronger offense. They can shoot the 3. And I think that they have enough firepower to take down Charleston on the road. So those are my 3.
How about you, Rod?
For me, I like Ball State over Northern Illinois. I think Northern Illinois regresses back after they came out and played
Eastern,
one good game.
Laying the points.
I also like I like Texas A&M over Missouri. Missouri, the last few games, scoring is definitely down. Or having troubles putting the ball in the hoop. I think Texas A&M at home here comes out and gets a big game. I don't know if they win this game, but I think that's too many points. I think Texas A&M +5. And also give me Army over Boston U. Boston U is still 0-3 at home, 0-4 ATS. I like Army outright win. Take a money line.
Missouri for me, they're gonna drill Texas A&M. They stink. Texas A&M, terrible, man. They're gonna get crushed. I like Northeastern against Charleston. They're a joke. I like San Diego State to get revenge on Utah State. Beating them twice, not going to be any kind of picnic at all.
You're not worried about all the action on Missouri coming in?
What do you mean?
There's a lot. Everybody's.
I'm not worried one bit about it. I mean, there's a reason. there's a reason. They've lost 2 games, Tennessee and Arkansas, right? I mean, or something like that.
Right. A&M caught my eye, but I didn't.
A&M's terrible, man.
They're terrible.
Look at the size. Like when they lose, Look at the losses. They lose by 25, man, when they lose. They stink. Missouri lost to Mississippi State and Tennessee. That's their 2 losses, both on the road. I mean, well, Tennessee was at home. Mississippi State. I mean, but Missouri also, they beat Oregon. They beat Wichita. They beat Illinois, your favorite team. They beat,
They might be coming in a little bit let down after that loss. That stung.
Mississippi State is good, man. Ben Howland can flat out coach. I mean, Ben Howland can beat a lot of teams with a lot less than he has to work with at Mississippi State.
You're right.
They looked really good against South Carolina, 78-54. That was a good one. 68-54 against Tennessee. They beat Mississippi State 56-55 by 1 point. Congratulations. 77-54 against LSU. I mean, when they lose, they get crushed. And Missouri has the team come with 2 losses in their last 3 games. You don't think they're going to be motivated? I like Missouri all the way in that one. Twice on Saturday. Just kicking myself for taking it off the board as a premium pick. I'm embarrassed. Morgan State against Coppin State. Someone's going to make a statement. Towson against James Madison. Bucknell Lehigh. Oof. That's gruesome. What channel is that on? That's a bad game. Chris, who's covering the Bucknell Lehigh game at Sports Shop Place? That's it. Ron, who's got that one at Pick Dogs? Bucknell Lehigh.
I think we left that one open. It's on ESPN Plus.
I'm going to write an email complaining. Where's Bucknell and Lehigh pick?
Rhode Island, George Mason. Auburn, Kentucky. LaSalle against Davidson. Georgia State against Coastal. I'm going to give it a try. Butler and Creighton. Minnesota and Michigan. No Brown Jug involved. Stony Brook and New Hampshire. Binghamton against UMass. Vermont against Maine. Ooh, that's a rivalry. Rice against Old Dominion, Part 2. It was all Rice yesterday. It was all over the Owls like white on rice. Denver against Oral Roberts. Ohio against Kent State. Akron, they've shown me zip this year, up against Toledo. Mercer against Western Carolina. Chattanooga, stop mocking me, against Wofford. Montana State, Portland State. 2:05 start. Let's differentiate ourselves from the pack. 2:05. Brian, any of those? A lot of games in that 2 o'clock time slot.
Yeah, I've been riding Michigan Wolverines the last couple, cashing with them. Minnesota, though, I think it's time to jump back on them. They usually come up big in spots. They're 10-0 at home. I think there's just too many points. I think the Gophers can keep it within 3 or so. So I'm going to take Minnesota here.
Chris?
Well, this just be interesting. I did have that Lehigh and Bucknell game at Sports Chat Place, so I'll take Lehigh in that game. I'd rather have the team that at least won a game this year, as opposed to a team that's 0-4. I'll take Kentucky getting the 3 points against Auburn. I think this is where I think Kentucky's starting to find their groove. So I think it's a team we've got to start watching out for. And we're still going to get a little bit of value right now. So give me Kentucky. And I'm with Brian. I like Minnesota as well. The Gophers tend to play different at home. They're 10-0 at home against straight up this season, 6-3-1 against the number.
I'm going to go with the Owls here.
Dominant, but I still think Minnesota can keep this one close at home. So give me the Gophers and the points.
And for me in this window, I also like Minnesota. I think this is going to be a close game. I do think Michigan wins, but you're getting 6 points at the home team. I think they're a live dog, so I'll take the points of Minnesota. I also had Rice in that game last night, but I watched the second half, and it looked like Old Dominion was starting to catch on a bit. They were putting the press on, and Rice was struggling to score points at the end. So I'm going to take Old Dominion. I think they might have cracked the code there. I'm going to lay the points with the Monarchs, and I also like – I lean Kentucky plus the points. They've looked ugly, but I do think that this team has so much talent. Just they're bound to pull it together sometime. I'm not big on this Auburn team either, so I think you're getting points. I think that's valuable. That's all I have in that window.
If you have picks of your own, put them down in the comments. No, we have Bucknell Lehigh. Ruffalo covered it. Sports Shot. We got a free pick on that. Rod?
For me, I like Creighton over Butler. Butler's been Butler. Give me Creighton. Win by 10 on the road. And I'm going to go the other way until Kentucky shows me something. Give me Auburn. Give me Auburn minus the 3 points to get the win over Kentucky. This is where Auburn starts to roll. Their defense shuts them down. Give me Auburn.
Yeah, if you have picks, put them in the comment section below. A lot of picks in the chat, not in the comments. All right, my first premium pick that I'm going to give out to you guys, I took Creighton against Butler. They're going to wipe the floor with them. Everyone keeps waiting for Butler. Yeah, shake your head all you want, Brian. You got your ass kicked on Butler this year. You've taken Butler every game. My turn. You had your time. You had the mic. Now it's my turn. Okay, stop talking over Mitch. Okay, now you have you had the mic. Okay, Creighton is a top 5 team in the country. Okay, this is not where you get well soon. Okay, this is where you get stomped. This is where you show that Butler is this bad. 3-7 on the season. Okay, straight up. They stink. They smell like ass. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it anymore. Okay, they play like ass. Okay, this season, 2-3 against the number at home. They're only 3-2 straight up at Hinkle. I mean, normally they own it. You know, Hinkle is like one of the tough buildings. Isn't that where they shot Hoosiers? I mean, Creighton, 10-2 on the season, 6-6 against the number. But against the shitty teams, they just swamp. I mean, they're going to run them out of the gym. Creighton averaging 83 points a game, allowing 68, while Butler's allowing 69 and only scoring 63. There's a 20-point differential. We only need to get 8. Even if you split that in half, give them 10 for home court. You're still there. Slim just left town on the Butler Bulldogs.
You're going to win by 15 or more.
Yeah, they're going to win by 20.
Find an extended line somewhere.
I might have to bet the first half on that one just to piss Bittler off.
Well, from what I see, the big bettors like Butler.
You know what? The big bettors, the big bettors paid for my country club membership.
I know.
You know,
it wasn't.
It's a nice club too. Nice. I belong to a nice club, man. You guys, let's see. Oh my guys, this is such a nice club. Oh man, is it nice? Oh man, it is just luxurious. Look at this. Oh, it won't work. That's weird. There it is. You see the Frank Lloyd Wright designed clubhouse in the background there. Just look how plush that fairway is. Just not a mark on it. It's like a carpet. It's like a carpet. I mean, you see the little waterfall coming down there off of 18, you know?
I can't see it because I don't have a video.
It's nice. It's in the background there, and it's like me and the X-Man are playing. You see it's got dual views of the ocean. You got the South Shore of Maui. You got the North Shore of Maui. You got the mountain view, Haleakala volcano. Oh, yeah. Thank you, big bettors. We appreciate getting to play golf in luxury every day. Every day. And you know what else? Well, a lot else.
I think the public's going to take it in the tailpipe today.
I think they are too, but not on that
Not
one.
Necessarily this game, but
they're going to get it. All right. I've been wrong before. I mean,
I'm not
wrong a lot of times.
I think Minnesota is a far better play, but I don't know. I'd tread lightly with that one.
Okay. Well, I gave it out as a free premium pick. I got a premium pick on it. I gave it out as a free because we all hate the NHL as a community. I like the way our community. My favorite part of our community is they're willing to whore themselves out for a free premium pick and just say, screw the NHL. I like that. shamelessly dismiss an entire sport. It's just not an NHL guy. Mitch, how come you're in the NHL today? I don't know, because I haven't had a premium pick in 14 years. The NHL, I don't know. Could have something to do with it. You got a premium on Butler, Brian? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
Then why? Then,
I don't.
then where do you get off?
I just saw the. Well, anyway, I like Minnesota better than.
Well, Idaho's going to take another crack at it against Northern Colorado today, so you got a home. Stanford up against UNC Greensboro. Oakland against Youngstown State. I had Youngstown in that one yesterday. They were winning. They were winning, man. And all of a sudden, they stopped playing basketball. They just stopped playing. It was one of those games like where, it's like air balls, like air ball after air ball. It got bad. It was really bad. It was one of those ones where you're watching it on the computer, you got to click the little X in the corner. Troy against Georgia Southern. Colorado against Stanford. Eastern Washington against Southern Utah. A lot of directions going on there. Arkansas against Alabama. Man, I wanted to give that premium on Arkansas. I didn't do it, and now I'm just kicking myself. That was easy money. Mississippi State against Florida. Notre Dame against... I guess we can go through this. There's not that many. Notre Dame against Boston College. Air Force against Wyoming. Abilene Christian up against Southeastern Louisiana. Lafayette against Loyola. Illinois State against Indiana State. Bradley against Evansville. Manhattan against Niagara. DePaul against Valpo. There you go, Brian. DePaul's playing. There's their chance. There's your scrub-ass team that might get a win today. Charlotte against UAB. Wow, Charlotte was hideous yesterday. I gave that out in the parlay. Whew.
Yeah, that was a premium for me, Charlotte.
Yeah, I got a little beaten down with the ugly stick on that one. North Texas against UTEP, another one. FIU, FAU, Baylor, Texas Tech, Furman, Eastern Tennessee, Kennesaw, North Alabama. Any of those, Brian? A lot of meat on the bone there. You got the
Yeah, I also love Arkansas plus the points.
I like Arkansas. See, we don't disagree on everything.
I think the Sharps have come and bet the number a little higher than this, but I think they went out right. Alabama coming off the win against Kentucky, Arkansas
Tennessee, and Tennessee they beat too.
Give me Arkansas. And I like the Gators at close to a pick 'em.
What?
I think they can take on Mississippi State, and then I like Boston College. I just think that's too many points against Notre Dame. Boston College typically plays Notre Dame kind of close, so give me the 5.5 with Boston.
So Florida was favored by a point, and now on Mississippi State is now down to a pick 'em. It's just not a Bitler type pick there.
Just a lean. I think Arkansas is much better.
No, Florida against Mississippi State.
Yeah. I'm just saying out of the three I just said, I like Arkansas the best.
Yeah, I like Arkansas as well.
We didn't ask you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, Chris, who do you like?
I also like Evansville getting the points against Bradley. I know Bradley's the more battle-tested team, but Evansville's played in a bunch of close games lately. I'm not sure they win this game, but I think they can at least keep it within 8.5, so I like Evansville there. And I'm going back to the well with UAB. I just really liked how they looked yesterday, and it's more of a play against how Charlotte looked yesterday. I know they're probably going to bounce back a little bit here. At least look a little bit better than they did yesterday, but I still like UAB in this slot. I think they clamp on the defense and make Charlotte's life hell again for another day. So give me UAB in that one.
The public outrage here against the NHL hurt your feelings a little bit, maybe?
I enjoy my hockey, but I understand it's not everybody's favorite.
We're gonna cover it anyway. We're gonna stand in the way of public protest, and we will. Instead, I'll sulk for the entire hockey segment. We're only having the hockey segment so I can flip the penny. 2-0 in the season so far. Ron, do you like anything in this time slot?
Yes, I like the under in the Florida-Mississippi State game. I think both teams are very similar. That's why you see the pick'em line. and I think it's going to be more of a defensive game than we're used to seeing from Florida. I also like Furman laying the 10 against East Tennessee State. If this was last season, I'd love East Tennessee State in this spot, but this is just not the same team.
You realize Furman rejected me when I applied there. You realize that.
Oh, no. All right, I want East Tennessee State money line.
And we'll be taking pictures of every dunk to be posting on the website.
I also like Boston College plus the 5 against Notre Dame. I think it's going to be a close game.
Notre
I think
Dame's
Boston
terrible.
College has a chance to win it.
Notre Dame's terrible.
Yeah, Notre Dame is just rough, and I think they're both bad teams, but they play too similar for 5 points to be this line. I think it's just two even teams that have a shot of winning.
They're playing Howard on Monday.
Boston College. Oh yeah,
Notre
yeah.
Dame.
I remember that.
It's like
I forgot Howard was still playing.
it's like a Martin Luther King Day. It's like,
Yeah, when was Howard's last game? It seems
I
like
don't
they
know.
haven't played in years.
Well, they have that
But,
one really good player, and he's on.
Yeah,
you know,
Maker. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I'd
about
love to.
it.
I'd love to see Howard bust up Notre Dame. I'd love to see it, man.
They're terrible.
Notre Dame stinks.
Yeah.
This is the worst team that Bray's ever had. He can coach. Not this crap that he's been dealt, but he can coach. Rod?
For me, I like give me Colorado over Stanford. I'll lay the -7.5, and I think Buffalo's win by 10 plus points there. Stay perfect at home, 4-0 at home, 4-0 at home, ATS as well. I like Colorado over
I
Stanford.
like it.
I also like Mississippi State to bounce back. They lost last game, but I think they come back and beat up the Gators here. 6-2 at home, 5-3 against the number at home. The Gators are 1-2 on the road, 1-2 ATS. Give me Mississippi State. Give me Colorado. And I like give me Baylor.
So
think that's in the right time.
that's a tough one. That's one for the
I
fans.
know it's a tough one.
That's one for the fans. I could make an argument either way. Right now, the big
I
money's
lean
on
Baylor
Texas
in
Tech.
that one. I think
Big money on
I think
Texas
they get
Tech.
the win.
Big money on Texas Tech. Big Bitler money on Texas Tech.
Yeah, I think Rod's hit it on the head. I think Baylor is an excellent
I like
player.
Baylor though.
No doubt about it. I missed that.
I'll go a
I
hat.
think bettors get taken in the pipe there.
I mean, I've been the
They're gonna get
biggest.
it in the
I was the
sheet.
first Baylor backer last year.
I might have to add to my Baylor bet.
I like Northern Colorado against Idaho. I'm going to stick to my guns here and just continue to fade Idaho at every turn possible. I mean, if Idaho's going to suit it up and get onto the court, I'm going to take the time out of my day to bet against them. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. I also like Colorado and Arkansas. Love to see Boston College beat Notre Dame. Love to see that. I kind of think this is DePaul's day against Alpo. I think Charlotte bounces back against UAB too. Texas Tech Baylor under 138.5. First to 50. Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan, Sam Houston State against Houston Baptist, Delaware State, Norfolk State. Wow, Delaware State's Idaho, man. They're Idaho. Southeast Missouri against Moorhead, UCLA, Washington, Monmouth, Quinnipiac. That was another one of those yesterday, right? Marist versus Fairfield.
Okay.
Southern Miss versus Middle Tennessee. Arkansas State, Louisiana Monroe. Arkansas Little Rock against Texas State. I got that one right in my video yesterday. So you don't get them all wrong, like they say. Liberty against Stetson. What the hell happened in that game yesterday? That was when I had Liberty. It was like, what the hell just happened? I watched the game too. To make it even worse, I watched the game online. It's like, what are they doing? It's like, you're gonna lose to the Stetson Hatters. It's like, It's so weird because like the Stetson Arena, the chairs, they look like a classroom, right? It's like they have these weird metal arm rests. It's like
Edmund Center.
Yeah, it's so strange. It just doesn't look comfortable.
It's not.
It does not look comfortable at all.
It's a horrible stadium.
It's like, make sure you bring a sweater. It's like and some Advils for the back pain. Albany was terrible this year against NJIT. USA, that's South Alabama to you and me, against App State. Central Arkansas against Nicholls State. Texas Arlington against Louisiana. Detroit had no mercy on Wisconsin Green Bay yesterday. Got Tennessee Martin up against Murray State. Eastern Illinois against Eastern Kentucky. The Battle of the East. We know how much Ruffalo loves the Colonel. Got Belmont against Jacksonville State. Any of those, Brian?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a little runner with some $60 bets on some crappy teams. I'm going to take the Fairfield Stags again. They let me down yesterday.
Is this a degenerate gambling segment?
Yeah, this is just
nice.
to be interested in these games.
Hold on a second.
So the Fairfield Stags dropped about a point with action on Marist. I like the Washington Huskies plus the 15 points against UCLA. Just too much UCLA love here. And then to round it off, I'm going San Jose State plus 19.5 against Colorado State. They got beat by like 40.
Is that even in this time slot? No.
Yeah.
That's not, no,
I'm
it's not.
sorry. That's 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Or did I jump one ahead? Well, all right. Well, then it's just Fairfield Stags
and
the Washington Huskies.
That's Brian's one for the day.
Oh, man. That was funny. Chris? At Washington. And Butler parlay him up on the money line.
I'm on UCLA in that one. This Washington team, they're just god awful. They don't have a secondary.
Are they the
scoring
worst?
option.
Are they the worst Power 5 team? Vandy? You think they can take Vandy?
I'd either go. I'd either go Washington or Boston College.
No, I think Boston College.
Boston College whipped them. Slaughter them.
Yeah.
I'd say Washington or Vandy.
Yeah.
Vandy's pretty bad.
Yeah, but I still think they're better than Washington.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be
Nobody in the Big Ten is even close to as bad as them.
Yeah. And Butler's easily the worst in the Big East, right? And DePaul.
Yeah, I'd still take both of them to crush
Washington. Double digits, right? It's like easily.
I've seen a couple 14.5s out there in Washington.
I don't care if there's 20.5s. How about that, man? Did you see the last game against USC? They were down by 20 in the first 4 minutes. It was one of those games, like I brought the iPad into the bathroom and I'm watching it through the shower. It's like, so I didn't want to get the shampoo in my eyes. I close my eyes, look up at 27-4. It's like,
you can feel like you dropped the iPad in the toilet and whatever.
It's like, what just happened? It's like, what was that noise? The guy with the canned applause, his fingers worn out. It's like, we haven't even hit the first commercial break. It's like, I'm kind of sick of the canned crowd noise, I have to say that. That and cardboard cutouts, man, is like, I'm just done with both of those. Really. I like the bleeping out of the players instead. It's like the Ravens last week. I mean, they had to bleep out basically the entire game. It's like when Lamar Jackson ran for that touchdown, it was like in silence because they had to bleep out the entire thing. It's like the Ravens players, as soon as he broke into the, that looked that he was gone, the Ravens players were already the expletives were just flowing. Colorful language.
Yeah, so I like UCLA. I think my degenerate bet of the day is probably going to be Eastern Kentucky against Eastern Illinois.
You think Mick Cronin could actually coach Washington into a cover here? You think that?
No, because then he pulled the clipboard out or the whiteboard.
Because Washington, defensively, they're 293rd ranked in the country, which seems bad until you look at their offensive numbers, where they're ranked 314th in the country.
Yeah, they're covering today. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, scoring that 63.7 points per game against the 133rd ranked defense in the nation at Pauley Pavilion. Yeah, it's a good spot for dogs. Pauley Pavilion. UCLA 7-0 straight up, 6-1 against the number at home this season. I don't know. I got a premium on UCLA. Chris?
Oh.
There's my second one that I've given
Lord.
for the NHL.
I like Belmont here. I know it's a square put how many people are on Belmont, but I just really think that's 5.5 is just a gift line. I'll take it all day with Belmont against Jacksonville State.
Belmont couldn't miss a shot last game. I mean, they could not miss. I watched that one too. I'll tell you, I get that ESPN Plus subscription. We got a link on the website. You can click on it and get it. I've gotten my money's worth already, and I've watched so many of these college basketball games.
Yeah.
Because when I'm in the studio here, I only have the one TV in the studio, so it's like I can only have one game on there. So even if the game's on ESPN2, I can still watch it. You know, I've all these computer screens, so I can watch the games on the screens when I'm doing it. Sometimes you'll see, like in the videos, I'll pause. It's because something happened in the game. Can you believe Charlotte can't score a point? It's like I'm doing the video, I'm like, what the hell kind of shot selection is that?
It was just before the drive-thru, so I logged into the call early, and I said, "Tony, are you watching ESPNU?" He's like, "Yeah, why?" Like, because Charlotte's only scored 1 point with like 12 minutes into the game, and he's like, "Oh."
I'm so mad about that pick.
Good drive-through yesterday. I watched.
Oh, Charlotte. I check my phone. I see 23-1. I just go, whoop. I threw the phone up. There goes that one. I had them in the premium area, too.
What do you guys
That was a
got?
bad one. For me in this window, I like Central Arkansas plus the 3.5 against Nichols. I think it's going to be a close game, and I like Central Arkansas to win that one outright.
You seem to be on the pulse of Nichols this year. That seems to be like one of your teams.
I was, yeah. I like the Southland a lot, so I think that this is a bad spot for Nichols. They're more of a defensive team, and I think Central Arkansas can match them at home. So if you're getting home points, that's the smart play in the Southland. I also like Eastern Kentucky too. I think that they can beat Eastern Illinois. I'm not big on that EIU team, EIEIO. Those are my two.
Rod?
For me, I like Belmont as well. I think they come in and run up Jackson State, win by 10 plus. Give me Belmont. I definitely like UCLA as well over Washington. Washington's just garbage. And my degenerate, I'm going to try Quinnipiac again. Quinnipiac again. Give me Quinnipiac plus the 8.5. I think they keep it close again.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yep. That's why I call it the Degenerate channel. Let's do it again.
I'm taking liberty. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's like, you want to talk about a team in a bounce back spot.
Well, that one too. They screwed me. I can't believe
They
they lost.
screwed me. They screwed. They
Screwed me. Like, really?
Joe Garcia hates you, Brian. He wants you. He wins money by betting against you, but he doesn't want you on the show, which doesn't even make sense.
I'm glad he does.
Yeah, it's like because
January has been a rough month for me, but it hasn't been terrible. I mean, 1 and 2 or 2.
Well, I could tell you a few reasons why. Mitch disrespects Brian a lot. I think he doesn't like him. Does that qualify as a stop picking on Brian comment? Because I will do the voice. Like,
You guys can laugh at my Huskies pick now. It'll be
Oh,
laughing later at 60.
yeah, but it's like these are the but here are the things about those picks is that you make them all season long. They finally cover once. It still makes you 1-16 against the number. I mean, you won one, you know. You're still 1-16. I mean, you took Washington like 4 times this year. You've taken Washington a bunch this year, and you've taken Butler a ridiculous amount of times. They're 3-7 against the number. You're 30% on Butler games. I mean,
I like Butler.
I mean, 30% doesn't pay the bills, man. Not in my house, you know.
I'm just waiting for a chance to say the Butler did it.
Yeah. Gophers.
We're really regressing.
Spartans.
Rod, are you done? I kind of cut you off there.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done in that time spot.
All right, I cut you off. I'm going with Detroit against Green Bay, just because Rod took Green Bay yesterday.
Yeah, don't touch Green. I like that. Detroit will run them up again.
All right, now I'm on Green Bay. Fading Rod's Green Bay picks. Butler's Butler picks and Rod's Green Bay picks. I'm on the other side. Taking action. UNLV against New Mexico. Southern against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Where have you been all my life? San Jose State against Colorado State. San Jose State, another Bitler team, 1-8 against the number this season. Clemson against Virginia. Clemson against Virginia is a 3-point line move through 0. Lipscomb up against North Florida. I know it's Lipscomb, but I like calling it Lipscomb. Loyola, Illinois in action. I didn't even see this one. Up against Northern Iowa. Northern Kentucky against Indiana Purdue. Tennessee against Vandy. This one, when it was at Vandy, scheduled at Vandy, I liked Vandy, but now it's at Tennessee. I don't think so. Pacific against Loyola Marymount. The Mount coming through for us. Early season selection. UIC against Robert Morris. Florida Gulf Coast against Bellarmine. Okay, so I was corrected on my pronunciation.
I seen that.
Yes.
I was like, oh, it's not Bellarmine.
Yes.
It's Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
Okay.
Bellarmine against Florida Gulf Coast. Oh, I'm into the 7 o'clock time slot. I wasn't even supposed to do that one. Alcorn State versus Mississippi Valley State. Who do you like, Brian?
I think the best pick in that time slot is the Virginia Cavaliers. I know both teams have won 4 straight, but I think the Cavaliers are picking up steam. This is their time of year. Line movement tells you a lot here. I just think take Virginia, lay up to. I see them winning by 4 or 5 points here. So
I mean, you got
Virginia minus 1.5.
You got 2 real crap ass teams here in Alcorn State and Mississippi Valley State. Not a win between them. What do you do in a situation like this? We know you usually like to pick the crappier of the crappiest, but these are really 2 bad teams. I mean, 0-10 versus 0-6. My guess is this game will be postponed.
Yeah, that's a game for a penny pick. I don't know.
Penny only does hockey. It's just the way that works. It's the way of the world.
Just hockey or any other game that doesn't suck.
Chris, who do you like? Speaking of suck.
Nice.
Way to show up late. Way to show up late. No excuses. It just shamelessly waltzes in at his own leisure.
I was trying to do the thing where you just slide in, just hope that nobody notices.
The only thing that would have been worse is if he was wearing nothing but a towel.
So anyway, speaking of things that I actually am not wearing, no, I like Virginia and the Clemson game to go over 116. 2 defensive teams, but I think 116 is just too low in this spot.
What are you selling today?
Oh, I have my Slammin' Saturday 3-packs. I have one for the early portion, one for the midday portion, one for the late portion of the College Hoops Day. Got my Shotgun Saturday NFL play for the divisional round, and my Slapshot Saturday for the NHL. And then we'll move on from that.
Rod, what are you selling today?
I got a college basketball 3-pack. I got an NFL 3-pack. Or you can get it all together in my Super Saturday pack, where you get the 3 college basketball, the 3 NFL, and my 1 cross-check hockey play of the day.
How about you, Ron? What are you selling?
You get my top 3 college basketball plays for $29.95.
Keeps it simple. Brian, what are you selling?
Yep. I got a couple games going off at 12 o'clock, so I got my Saturday No Limit 5-pack and get for $50. But if you're listening later on in the day, my NFL Saturday Extreme Violator, make sure you pick that up for $30. Violate your book today.
Sounds like a nice day. I got 7 college basketball, 2 NFL in a variety of different packages. Ron, who do you like in this time slot?
I like Alcorn State over Mississippi Valley State.
Crazy bastard. Set of stones on this kid.
Well, Mississippi Valley State's the worst team in Division I college basketball. That's undoubted. Alcorn
Worse than
State's
San
not
Jose
much better.
State? Worse than San Jose State?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you like in
when
San Jose State versus Washington?
Washington.
Yeah, Washington for me too in that one.
Yeah.
San Jose State is out of the you expand out to like the Mountain West, the Big West, all those. San Jose State now becomes the worst of that group.
Oh, yeah.
What about Chicago State?
They're not in that group. They would not be.
They're not even playing anymore. They were so bad they had stopped the season.
Stop.
But Mississippi Valley State, they're terrible. They gave them 160 points to Arkansas and then 140 to North Texas. Alcorn State has the best player in the conference.
Where's Bittler's pick on this? It's like, how come it's 160? What was the line on that game?
It was like 60, and they still covered because they won by like 100.
Oh, God, now I gotta look.
But anyway, Troy Man Crosby, he's back for Alcorn State. That's why they've struggled without him. But he's the SWAC Player of the Year last year. He's the Player of the Conference preseason. He could definitely put up 30 points in this one, and I think Alcorn State rolls.
I bet you the Iceman had Arkansas money line in that game. 39.95.
It was 142 to 62, and Arkansas was laying 40, and they doubled the cover, and then North Texas was laying 39. They covered by another 15 points.
Wow. Rod, little Mississippi Valley State for you. Action.
I know I'll leave that to Ron. I'm not going to go that. My degenerate bet is Quinnipiac.
Who else you got in this? Anyone else in this time slot?
For me in this time slot, I'm gonna take Baylor Man again. I think they get another win.
Is that it?
That's it for this time slot, yeah.
I like Tennessee's going to thump Vandy. 18 points, no problemo. I also think Colorado State's going to absolutely obliterate San Jose State just for fun. Colorado State is an NCAA tournament team, and the Mountain West might not get the treatment that they, to get them in, because they're probably not going to win the conference. They're probably not going to win the conference tournament, because you got Utah State, you got Colorado State, you got San Diego State, you got a few good teams in there. So these games like this are the must win by blowout games. And let's just say San Jose State 1-8 against the numbers, not inspiring. They're 2-9 on the season, but they're 1-9 in their last 10. That means that one win, more than likely at the beginning, was against an unlined team. So when we look at San Jose State and we see the one win that actually shows up, again, it's an unlined game. They've been getting big numbers. They were getting 18.5 last game, 90 to 57. Before that, getting 14, lost 80 to 65 to Fresno, who stinks, by the way, right? 79-64 to Fresno, again, who also stinks. Okay, Boise, another team from the Mountain West, who's going to be, in that mix, right? They lost by 1 point to Boise, but then 106-54. That's a Mississippi Valley State score. Yeah, this is going to be. I mean, This is similar to the two Utah State games, 85-52, 107-62, right? This is in that same wheelhouse this is what San Jose State does this year. I picked them to finish last in the Mountain West, and I'm sticking to it. So far, right to the script. I mean, you're getting 19.5, and you lose 107-62. You're getting, so the next night they give you 22.5, and you lose 85-52. It's like laying 20 or less against this team with a NCAA tournament quality team. This is a gift. This will be in my birdcage at the end of the show. I don't get it. Because someone bet $35 on San Jose State, I'm gonna sit here in front of 10,000 people and say that they have a prayer. Ain't gonna happen. Not on this show. Dead silence. An awkward moment here. Anyways, carry on. Wright State against Cleveland State. Purdue Fort Wayne at Milwaukee, the Mastodons. Louisiana Tech against UTSA. This one, so to me, I gave this one out in the parlay. I had no idea it was going to be so hard to say this. So you guys say this, everyone out there say this 10 times fast. Pepperdine versus Portland. Pepperdine, Portland. Pepperdine, Portland. Pepperdine, Portland. Pepperdine, Portland. It's like, oh, man. And Porter's the coach of Portland. Makes it even worse. Makes it even worse. Yeah. La Tech, UTSA. Cal Poly against the Riverside. Got Texas Rio Grande Valley up against Dixie State. Dixie State just no-showed. New Orleans against McNeese. Oregon State against Arizona State. Arizona State, who would have thunk that they'd be 4-5 at this point of the season? Incarnate Word Up against Stephen F. Siena up against Riders on the Storm. Texas, Kansas State, UCSB, UCSD. Miami against DeVille. San Francisco, BYU. North Dakota State. Take the gloves off. LSU, South Carolina. Tennessee Tech against Tennessee State. How did I miss this one? That's a gem. Who covered that one at Sports Shot? That's a mark game. Texas Southern against Grambling. Might as well just bring it on home. Cal versus Utah, Washington State, USC. California Baptist against Tarleton State. Seattle against Utah Valley. Utah Cal, St. Mary's Gonzaga. Cal State Fullerton against Cal State Northridge. And Hawaii versus Bakersfield. Brian, a lot of crappy teams there for you to spit out right now. Who do you like?
Yeah, I cash with Pepperdine against Gonzaga, and I'm going to go back to Pepperdine here. These teams have similar crappy records. One's lost 3 in a row, the other one's lost 4 in a row. The line seems off, like trying to scare you off of Pepperdine. I'm not going to fall for it. And then the other one, Miami, Florida. I hate taking them because they got
because of me. Because of me. It's because of me. It's because of me. It's okay. We know that. You don't have to like sugarcoat or whatever. It's because of me. He doesn't like taking them because of me. That's okay.
Oh, well, Miami got their butts kicked by Boston College last time out, so it's really tough to back them here, but it just looks like a
yeah, but Butler and San Jose State are those ones are easy. Those ones
I think the Hurricanes are the
It's
best
like they lost one game to Boston College. It's like they're missing their 5 starters for the entire season. But
it hurts me to take Miami, but I'm going to back them here. I think it's an easy cover.
Seems almost too obvious. Louisville, not traditionally a team they play well against, though. Not like North Carolina. And Duke.
For me in this slot, I'm going to go back to the well with Cleveland State. Won outright yesterday against Wright State. I don't know if they do it again, but I think they can at least keep it within 8 points. This is a really good Cleveland State team in a defensive battle. I think Cleveland State here, that almost made my premium list. I like the over in the Arizona State-Oregon State game. Two teams that can't play defense, can't get out of their own way. They can still score, though, so I like the over there. And I have one more. I can't find it. Space Cadet. I like North Dakota State laying the points against North Dakota.
In this spot, I'm gonna lean on Incarnate Word. I love me some Lumberjacks, but not in this spot. I think Incarnate Word's a lot better than people think.
Word up.
Yeah, word up. I think getting 12.5 at home. I think they're going to make a statement against the conference's best team. I don't think they win, but 12.5 is too much. That's about it in this window. I'd lean to Gonzaga. I don't like taking the square play, but the St. Mary's team is not the St. Mary's team that we're used to seeing give fits to Gonzaga. It's just the offense is terrible. Gonzaga should be able to roll all over them. So I'll lean to Gonzaga.
Who do you like in that Howard Notre Dame game? You think Howard can take him?
Howard's really bad, especially if Maker plays their center.
He's going to play on King Day, like in nationally televised.
Well, he's just been, he's been held out for so long. I have no idea. I don't get any info on Howard University, but if he plays, then
we cover him. We cover Howard.
Yeah, but I just don't get the what the coach is thinking and stuff. Interview.
Oh, so basically, what you're saying is you're not feeling the vibe.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the line is. If it's like 20, I think I'd take Howard.
I like Howard money line in that one.
I don't know about that one.
I think you're dreaming in that one.
Nope, I hate Notre Dame just that much, and I have enough in my bankroll to afford a bet like that. That's basically what it comes down to. Yeah.
I think somebody would get fired if they lost to Howard.
Spite alone. Rod?
For me in this time slot, I like Texas. Lay the big points. I think they win by 20 plus.
All my exes.
Texas Steve. Texas bounces back off after their loss.
I'm on the other side.
Their defense just totally shuts down Kansas State.
I'm on the other side.
And I like Louisville or Miami. I'll lay the minus 3.5. I think Louisville comes to play and beats up Miami today. Give me Louisville, and I like LSU over South Carolina. LSU 7-0 at home, 4-3 against the number. South Carolina 0-1 on the road, 0-1 against the number. I think LSU comes in beats them by 10 plus.
I'm on the opposite side of all three of Rod's picks, I gotta say. I don't like any of those. I like Miami against Louisville all day. The Canes have been covering, and this line, you want to talk about weird line movement in this thing? It's gone from 4.5 down to 3.5 with like nothing on Miami here. The Canes, all their games are 3 points or less, especially at home. You know, the Boston College game, they laid an egg. It's gonna happen. Meanwhile, I like BYU as well against San Francisco. I like St. Mary's plus the points against the Zags. I like South Carolina, Frank Martin's team, lightly raced, right? It's like a horse, lightly raced. But Frank Martin against LSU, who in the hell knows what they're going to do on a night-to-night basis. You know, I think they can at least keep it close. We know one thing about South Carolina, Frank Martin, going to be some savage-ass defense, right? I mean, we did see South Carolina play. Didn't they beat someone pretty good this season? And they're 3-2. They beat somebody. I remember a long time ago. They had lost to Liberty. They lost to Houston by 10. They beat Tulsa. And then they beat Texas A&M, Bitler's team, 78-54. And they crushed them. So this is not a bad team. Frank Martin, we all know this guy can coach, man. This guy can flat out coach. I also like Kansas State against Texas. Texas, super public team. Lot of points, a lot of points. Kansas State's terrible, but they're, I think maybe 17. I don't know. Also, let's see what else I like here. Oh, Utah at home against Cal. Why not? Also, Washington State plus the points against USC. 12.5. Ton. Yeah. I think I'm good. Why not? All right. We'll go to the NHL, even though we had a really, really lot of people that said they did not want the NHL today. As a matter of fact, they said skip NHL in the chat. We had a massive, I don't know what you would want to call it. Would you call it an NHL protest or
revolution?
A revolution, just
a revolt.
Yeah, I find the NHL revolting. Speaking of revolting, well, the reason the Iceman loves the NHL is because you get these gigantic money lines.
Yeah, and you don't have in basketball you have to give an excuse why you didn't take the spread. In hockey, there's no excuse.
The free premium picks were Creighton and UCLA. Those are the free premium picks. They're the ones that I said, hey, that's a free premium pick. Right? I said, I have a premium pick. Right? Creighton and UCLA were the two premium picks. I repeat myself. I don't know. For some reason, people can't pick this up. It's like there's this whole 25 post thing in the Facebook group that we gave out the Jazz as a premium pick on this show yesterday. It's like I thought the strangest post in the Facebook group was the one guy that said, "You're not supposed to be selling picks in this group, but all I see are posts of people selling picks."
What the heck is he talking about?
I've never, and someone said in the comments of that, well, they own the site and they're premium handicapper, so they can advertise in here. But I've never advertised a premium pick in the Facebook group, nor do I condone it. That's not what the Facebook group is. That's not what the Facebook group is.
Let's do that. Exactly.
That's not what the Facebook group is.
Yeah.
I'll throw Romanelli's ass out of there if he's doing that. I want to think twice about it. Ron, knock it off. Stop picking on Ruffalo. It's too easy.
I'll try.
All right, here it comes. Devils, Bruins. Coyotes against Sharks. Oilers against Montreal. Rangers, Islanders. Haven't these teams played each other 3 times now?
Wait. They're going to play 12 times. At least 10. You're going to hear a lot of these teams playing each other over and over and over this season.
Great. Red Wings against Hurricane and Ottawa versus Toronto. Brian, do you care about any of these games?
Yeah, I like the Montreal Canadiens to get their first win of the season. They had a tough one against Toronto. I think they bounced back in this one. I like the Montreal Canadiens. I think it's good value there. You're not really laying any juice. Minimal juice.
And the two kind of value plays I'm looking at here. I like the Devils on the money line against Boston. They almost came back and beat Boston yesterday and lost in a shootout, I believe. And I think there's going to be big things coming for New Jersey this year. And Boston, I think, is going to be overpriced for the majority of the season as a public team. So give me New Jersey at plus 166. And I'm going to take Ottawa plus the 1.5 against Toronto. Ottawa absolutely kicked the crap out of Toronto last night, and I think Toronto will probably get bounce back win here. But these are the early kind of games that Toronto doesn't win by a few goals. They only win this one by a goal if they win it. So give me Ottawa plus the 1.5.
Brian, I'm going to take a Iceman's got the Bruins at minus 185. I'm going to throw in one of those.
Quite possibly.
I'll put $20. I'll bet you $20 on the side that the Iceman's got the Bruins minus 185.
No, I'm not betting. I'm not even giving you
He's like,
$20.
no way. He's like,
Maybe
no way
not.
am I betting against that. He's like, it's such a nice man number. It's like,
Maybe he's got Carolina against Detroit money lines minus 220.
no. This is the one. Minus 185. He somehow thinks that's justified. You know. In which case, I would be on the Devils. Ron, little puck action for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't love the earlier games as much as the later games.
Ron's like got the Islanders' email address.
Yeah. I'll stay away from
My
that
personal email is Islanders. Ron loves Islanders 22. It's Trotier's number. I don't even know. It's like, I love Trotier 26 at AOL.com.
Yeah, I do love my Islanders. They mean everything to me, but I'm going to stay away from them just out of.
Who's your
I don't wanna
favorite
be very
Islander
biased.
of all time? Bobby Nystrom?
My favorite, I mean, I'm younger generation, so my favorite is probably like Franz Nielsen, somebody that's like such a low name. But my dad, Mike Bossy and, Bobby Nystrom, Trottier, all the big
Potvin.
guys.
Smith.
Ron's a Cal Clutterbuck guy.
Oh, don't, no.
Potvin.
Don't you dare.
Billy Smith.
Billy Smith. The
my
beast
favorite
that
player is
got
Buck
Islanders
Nelson.
all the cups.
Billy Smith.
Chico Resch.
Beast.
Chico.
But in this spot, I like the Devils as well. I think you're getting great value, plus 165. I think this is going to be I think the Bruins make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to be as dominant as they were last year, and I think the Devils have a good shot at winning this game. I also lean to the under in the Islanders-Rangers game. Not sure if Ilya Sorokin's going to get his NHL debut for the Islanders in net, but I know Georgiev is going to play for the Rangers, and the Islanders just play a defensive-style game. I think this is going to be under 6 pretty easily, so I'll take those two plays.
My college roommate had like a picture of himself at like 12 years old with Bob Nystrom. It was like the prized possession. It was like he loved it. It's like he always had a guy, My roommate Brian always had a guy in every sport. Not really like a sports guy, Brian, but it's like he liked sports, but he always had a guy, in every sport. Dave Kingman. We used to have to go to the A's Red Sox game, yell at Kingman until he would come over and take a picture with us. Kingman, Kingman's coming. It's like he had a parking spot on the Mass Pike. He used to smack him out of Fenway. Just kill the Red Sox. Rod, any pucks for you?
For me, in this one, I like the Bruins and Devils to go under the 5.5. I see this is 2-1, 3-1 game at the most. Both teams are going to be struggling to score here. Give me the Sharks over the Coyotes. I like the Islanders and the Rangers to go under the total. Rangers struggling to even get any output on scoring goals. And the Islanders just shut down D, so give me the under 6 in that one. And I'm with Ryan. Give me Montreal. Montreal gets their first win. I know they haven't fared so well in Edmonton recently, but I think they come here and play and get the win.
All right. I don't see the lucky penny game in that grouping, but I do see it in this grouping, and it's right off the bat. Nashville against Columbus. Nashville, Columbus. We all know heads is the home team, tails is the away team. Ron looks disgusted by the penny flip, just like Bittler. They are in the same court. You guys can see. Well, it'll autofocus in a second. There it is. It is Nashville is the pick for the lucky penny. Nashville, Columbus, LA Kings against Minnesota Wild. Ron's never been here for our hockey logo discussion. If you can get a bear out of that Minnesota Wild logo, you got better eyes than I do. I mean, that looks like a smear to me. It just looks like an ink smear. It's like you got relish, ketchup, and mustard all on your thumb at the same time. You went like this on a piece of paper. That's what it looks like. Vegas against the Ducks. Wow. And Calgary against Vancouver. The Canucks. It's an orca jumping in the shape of the sea. Brian?
Yeah, for me, I usually don't like to lay juice, but in this one, I think the Calgary Flames are absolutely going to pummel. Win big tonight and get their first win. I just like the Flames. I think
You're hating on our Canucks stance. Is that what's going on here?
I think they take it out on Vancouver tonight.
Stop picking on the Canucks stance.
So I'm going to lay the minus 140, which is a little high, and it is a premium pick too for me.
They still play at the Saddle Dome, Calgary.
Yeah.
They still do. Wow. I remember when they built that for the Olympics. For the Olympics
in '88. Yep.
Yep.
They tried to raise some money, and it just didn't happen. And the city was like, "Yeah, no funds for you. You keep the Saddle Dome." It's been flooded twice.
Rod Zawacki, the mayor of Calgary.
We're taking out your Canucks tonight.
So you make sure he lets all the people at Calgary know how he really feels.
Chris.
I know.
Chris Ruffalo, the slowest cookie sender in the world. It's like, why do I think at this point he ate the cookies and just sent an empty box and never got it?
I only ate like 4. I sent the rest of the 10.
It's the 16th of January. I can only imagine what shape these cookies are in. It's like
I'll let my son taste them first before I buy them.
I'm gonna open up his ball of green fuzz.
Sacrificing.
It's like I'm gonna guess.
I can't even imagine.
I'm gonna guess there's.
My box looks like.
I'm gonna guess there's not gonna be a lot of preservatives in those cookies.
The green is not for Christmas. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Where are we at in this time
My
slot?
box looked like a kickball, and it only came across Canada. You guys all the way to Hawaii. Oh man!
It never made it.
And it still hasn't made it.
In this time slot, and then I'll do a status check. I like Minnesota. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier.
The cookies have been eaten.
Yeah. Customs check.
Yeah, I know. Really.
I like Minnesota on the puck line against LA. This LA team is just god awful, and they're probably gonna be the number 1 pick in the draft this year. I just think Minnesota gets a job done here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 4-1 game. So give me Minnesota. And I like Vegas on the puck line against Anaheim. Anaheim hasn't fixed whatever issues that they had in the offseason. You know, the defense letting in goals, and the offense can't score them to keep up. So give me Vegas on the puck line there.
Ron?
I'm going to take a shot with the Predators on the money line, sprinkle a little bit on the puck line.
Smart man. Pennies.
Yep.
The penny.
Penny's just
so
because
money.
the penny.
Penny's so
Going
money.
into the show, I like the Blue Jackets, but the penny flipped, and I flipped.
You've seen the penny before on our old show, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. The penny has like a ridiculous. Bittler hates the penny. I mean, he hates the penny.
Who does the penny have today? I wasn't paying attention.
Cashville Predators. The worst name in all of sports.
And that's about it for hockey for me thnite.
Sorry, I missed the Leafs game. The Leafs are going to bounce back, whoop the Senators, take the Leafs on the puck line. The Leafs
You don't
on
get
Saturday
that.
night.
Whoa! You don't get to go
dominated.
back a time slot. Obviously, you didn't care enough about the Leafs to give them out during their proper time. I'm losing it. We're 2 hours in. I'm like, I can't even hold it together anymore. That whole Arkansas.
And then the last I'll do quick. Predators, puck line. Wild, puck line. Vegas Knights, puck line. There's a hockey birdcage for you, too. Puck line, birdcage. Vegas, Nashville, Wild.
It's a free-for-all for Zawacki here. He's going bird cages and they got to turn and, it's like...
It's my turn.
Yeah, but not your turn for a bird cage. Bird cages are only during the bird cage segment.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fine. It's fine. No, you got it. It's your bird cage. All right. All right. We're done.
And the Canucks. I
way.
hate Calgary. Woo, Canucks.
They're gonna get toasted tonight.
Yeah, I know Calgary's gonna get toasted tonight.
The Flames are just gonna burn those Canucks.
Yeah, you watch and see.
Those are fighting words. I'm all flamed out today.
First NHL hat that?
No. That wouldn't be fair. Mine is minus 140.
I used to love the old hat thrown on the ice.
Patrick, get that hat on the ice.
All right, Chris, birdcage us.
All right, so I got two. I got the hockey and I got the college hoops hockey. Go Vegas puck line, Minnesota puck line, and the New Jersey Devils on the money line. And for college hoops, I love this one today. Cleveland State plus the points, Navy laying the points, and Eastern Kentucky laying the points.
11 herbs and spices on those kernels. Rod?
For me, my college birdcage, we're going to go Baylor, Creighton, and Army money line. And we're playing the hockey one again. It'll be Vegas puck line, Nashville puck line, the Wild puck line.
It's all about you, Ron.
Yeah, well, I got two parlays, one in the NHL, one in college hoops. We'll do NHL, Nashville puck line, Minnesota Wild puck line, and then the Islanders under. And then in the college hoops, take Temple, Minnesota plus the points, and Alcorn State and Troy Mann Crosby laying the 15.5.
Brian?
I'm going to go with two parlays here. One's my anti-public parlay. Butler, San Jose State, and Washington all plus the points. And then my favorite parlay, Minnesota Gophers, Virginia Cavaliers minus the point and a half, whatever it is, and the Grizzlies money line in the NBA.
I actually like that one. I will be betting that one too, personally. Of course, my New Year's resolution is I was going to do more degenerate gambling in 2021, which I've done.
I mean, I can sell you on Butler, San Jose State.
That is not gonna happen. If anything, I would bet the other side of that parlay. I would. And I'll tell you what, I would round robin it with your other parlay. The other side of those, and round robin it with your other parlay. That I actually really like.
Minnesota, Virginia, and Memphis Grizzlies. Those are mine.
How much is a $230 16 round robin cost? I don't know. I'm asking for a friend.
I've never done a round robin bet in my lifetime.
All right. We'll go to an even. I don't usually like to bet the even numbers like that. But how about like 250 then? Round robin.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't know. $4,000 or something. Chris? How much is something like
About that, I'm gonna say it's pretty.
What's a 16 $250
$1,000 for a 4-teamer, right? Because every single bet is $250, so there's $1,000 just on the single bets on a round robin, and then you have to do 3 teams parlay $250, $250. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it's between 4 and 5.
Yeah, about 40,
less than 10, but less than 10.
Yeah,
but less
All
than
right,
10. Yeah.
cool. I'm in. I'm in. I like it.
No.
I promise to do more degenerate gambling in 2021. I'm standing behind it.
No, hold on. A 16 round robin?
6-team round robin, $250.
I might be close to 10.
Yeah, my math is wrong.
I usually don't like to go over 10. Except I really like it. Except I would never go over 10. Except when All right, I do. I do. All right, I've been known to go overtime. Oh, man. Some people call it a problem. I call it a hobby. I call it a way of life. This is what I do for a living. I like Northern Colorado. I like Colorado State and University of Colorado. So Colorado, Northern Colorado, Colorado State. Rocky Mountain High, 3-team birdcage. I don't know. No reaction from the crowd. You don't like that one, Ruffalo? That doesn't do it for you? Ron, what do you think?
Sorry, it's
Okay.
56 bets on a round robin. So
14.
56 times 250 is what?
Yeah.
No.
14 grand.
Whoa.
56 bets is what you're going to end up with on your round robin.
Maybe I'll
If you bet all options on the
Maybe
round
I'll
robin.
just
Come in
yeah, of course,
they
all
come in
options.
at over $1 million.
Of course, we're betting all options.
Something like that.
I'm gonna go I'm just gonna do 200 then. I don't want to do 14 grand. What the hell? It's an extra. I'm there anyway. It's like
Yeah, it'll only be 11-4 at that point.
yeah, I'm already there, right? It's like I think the time to start cutting corners was back at the 16s. Was when I threw the 6th team into the bet. All right, thanks everyone for joining us. This is another fun show. We gave out a lot of picks today. I think it's just a great card of games. I'm going to be back at halftime for that Packers-Rams game. Let's all hold hands and hope that I have something to talk about, and then we'll have the Bills against the Ravens. That should be an interesting one. That should be actually a good game. So hopefully we get some good halftime action. We've only got 7 more NFL halftimes left this season. So let's make the most of them. Of course, thank you guys for joining me. Thanks to everyone that joined in. Thanks to everyone that smashed the like button. For those of you that didn't smash the like button, shame on you. Have a great day, everyone. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow.